Welcome, or welcome back to Skyrim. This time I'll be doing an Argonian run with the alternate start mod, which lets us skip the lengthy intro sequence and has more RP potential. Here's Icefang the Argonian. The Beast mod, we get access to more options. It also makes the bestial races more interesting, with more variety and some named NPCs. The horns are pretty neat, but the Better Horns mod raises their poly count, corrects the color, and makes them permanent, meaning they won't disappear when I put on some headgear. There's 10 races which all use the same voice for shouts. The Argonian shout mod fixes this. While I'm at it, the Argonians only had one mesh, meaning that when they get decapitated, the head simply disappears. The modder named Chilean Worlds or something, they will all be listed in the description, but he essentially re-exported the models to correct this mistake. I won't say how much time I spent in the character creation, but even normally it takes me a lot of time. So with all the extra options, I could literally stay here for hours. But what helps me is when I already have somewhat of an idea for a character before starting. Icefang was banished by his old tribe and now lives alone in search for dark, arcane knowledge. Once done, you can see we're in a small cell where we can interact with the Mara statue to choose how to start. The I am a necromancer in a secret location suits us best. And sleeping in the bed gets us where we need to be. Hey, I recognize this place. Each start gives an appropriate starting kit. In my case, some potions, some scrolls, and a staff. Basic mage stuff. Here's where I do all my experiments. Oh, some Nirnroot. Shit. Picking up the Crimson Nirnroot already starts a quest. Nah, that's fine, that will be for later. Let's pick up every interesting ingredient, especially this heart. Sindarian's skeleton has been keeping me company. Let's finally pick up his journal. There's some more magical objects and tomes. Conjure Spectral Wolf, Lesser Ward, and Raise Zombie. Let's make some potions before leaving this place. Immediately get attacked by a sphere. We are way under leveled for this. Fighting or even fleeing is a real pain. Trying to heal, but you get one shot. I'm trying to take advantage of the finicky Bethesda AI, but it still costs me like all the resources that I just found. There's Falmer not far, so let's try to make them fight and take advantage of the distraction, but I still get sniped by a bolt. Even my summons get one shot. But once I got him distracted by a troll and decided not to fight but just to leave the place, things immediately went better. The Live Another Life quest is different for each alternate start. Let's read the quest journal. The lab is running out of supplies soon. My research has proven fruitless anyway, and those Falmer out there are not getting any less aggressive. I will need to make my way back to the surface, hopefully without too much trouble. From there, only the gods may know. But I cannot stay much longer. This Crimson Nirnroot and Sindarian's field notes will be of interest to someone. I hope that damned Dwemer sphere that showed up outside has left. I need to be on guard in case it's still there. A bit disoriented, so my research didn't bear much fruit, but our dear Icefang came to study in peace, removed from society, but now that he has to flee, I think the next best choice is the College of Winterhold. Knowledge abound. Let's ask this nice man for directions. The city is prettier than I remembered. It's the Open Cities mod, I'm pretty sure. Magic-wise, I also have the Orator and Magic of Skyrim. A few magic mods, basically. May I enter the college? I want to use the power of ice and fire to destroy any who oppose me.
I see. That power certainly exists.
This doesn't seem to shock her, but she does not let us enter without proving ourselves. I have to prove our magical prowess by casting Fear. It's a spell I do not have, but she sells it to us for 30 gold. I need 126 magicka to cast it. I have a plus 20 tiara, which doesn't quite get us there. Luckily, I have a level up waiting, so leveling magicka just about gives us enough. We're allowed to enter, but barely. By the way, didn't you have to cast light or something? I'm unsure if it's a mod that changes this, but Fear is a vanilla spell, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they changed this or... but I also remember having to follow her very slowly across this whole bridge. Pretty sure she would even stop and talk at times. But here she just takes a few steps and stops. And the quest goes to the next NPC directly. Is this a mod or did Bethesda change this? When it's useful things or like user-friendly stuff, I always wonder if it's a mod that changed it. It's pretty sad, but most of the time that's the case. Bethesda doesn't really fix things. Mirabelle Irvine gives us a guided tour and some novice robes. I've always liked the mage's look in this game, especially with these novice robes, a little horns sticking out. And here's where we'll sleep. Fang is already looting all the available ingredients and then takes a look in his fellow students' rooms. First lesson. Our teacher sells a few useful magical books. Let's buy open apprentice locks, as well as open novice locks. It costs everything I have, but that's fine. Wants me to cast Lesser Ward. Ha, too easy. We're going on a school trip to some tombs. My friend Jazargo is also here to increase his power. Talking about power, I do feel a bit underleveled. The idea is to level up Conjuration and assemble my little skeleton army as soon as I can. I'll need them for my front line. Before the gates of Wilhelm, there's a somber scene to be spotted here. Someone must have jumped or fell. You can also see a necromancer and some sort of table. Making our way down, there's some guy examining the corpse. Okay. During my school trips, I managed to assemble 11 different bones, which can be placed upon this table. This lets us summon a skeleton, who stays for 14 hours, unless he's killed, which does tend to happen. But the time is multiplied by 20 for me, thanks to a conjuration perk. I also think that I reduced my time scale, but specializing in certain skill paths becomes much more interesting. During my search for bones to sustain my skeleton army, I came across this guy, waiting at the border.
It's so good to meet a fellow Celestial so far from the marsh.
He is glad to meet a fellow Argonian. Zelzas is an Argonian from a faraway land, bodyguard to some noble. He asks if you can escort him through the region.
I left Port Tavares a few weeks ago now, and it has been a long journey, and it will be longer still. You see, I am not so familiar with Skyrim. I've hardly ever left Morrowind, save for the occasional trip back to Blackmarsh. I was wondering if perhaps you'd be willing to escort me to High Rock.
Sure can.
Here, I brought
This companion is yet another mod. He has about 350 voiced lines. He's integrated to the lore and has a few interesting capacities. He can make food or potions even. Icefang doesn't really know the region himself, but still, it's a deal. As thanks, he gives us a new object, which is a perfume that temporarily boosts our speech. It took me a while to realize this, but even his theme is custom made. It's the Skyrim melody, but calmer with different instruments. It's so well integrated into the world that you don't really notice it if you don't pay attention. Which is, like, to me, the highest praise you can give a mod. Apparently there's 24 minutes of custom new music. The creators really went the extra mile, which shows. Let's finish this college quest. The Staff of Magnus lets us push back the magic.
Your victory here justifies our belief in you.
And the Psychic Order
Our gratitude, Archmage.
names us the Archmage of Winterhold. It feels like I've only just arrived, but okay, thanks guys. Tolfdir gives us the Archmage's robes and says there's no one better for the role. Really?
I knew you had it in. I dare say the Psijics are right. There's no one more deserving to be Archmage.
Well, that's a bit worrying. But in any case, let's loot our new quarters. I can say I love the look of these new robes, but the stats are way better. Let's go to the border for Zelza's quest. He doesn't seem to be in a hurry, so since Helgen is on the road, let's go there first. An orc provokes us to a fight. At 1v5.
Your end is ever approaching.
I just stand back and let my army do the rest. Before reaching Helgen, we can see a dragon leaving in the distance. What the hell happened here? Some burnt corpses here and there. On one of them there's a journal, with an explanation of what happened from the perspective of a prisoner. This journal contains several outdated entries. First entry. Hard to believe I filled up that whole journal already. I never realized how much of Cyrodiil I hadn't seen yet. So much diversity, yet so much destruction from the Great War. A lot of history has been lost here forever. The expedition is ending soon, and everyone will be returning home. I have one last task to perform before I do the same. I'll send the other journal ahead with my supplies and the artifact we recovered. Second entry. I've received word from my contacts in Skyrim. All seem quiet for now. Probably the first time since High King Torrig was killed. I should be able to make the crossing quietly enough during the night, so long as there are no Imperial patrols to deal with. Third entry. So much for being discreet. I crossed the border near a small village called Helgen and made my way up to Darkwater Crossing. Unfortunately, I can't get back to my camp now, because the area has been filled with Imperial patrols. It seems they are searching for someone important. If I'm not mistaken, someone they intend to ambush here. This could be the very thing I'm seeking here in Skyrim, but crossing the border in the dead of night without passing through the checkpoints has turned out to be a very bad plan. Fourth entry. I woke early this morning with an Imperial sword pressed to my neck. A patrol found me camped under a rock outcropping on the edge of the volcanic marshes. I guess I wasn't as well hidden as I thought. I have no idea where they are taking us, but I've been stuffed into the back of a rickety old cart being pulled by an even more rickety old nag. At least they let me keep my journal. For now. Okay. Fifth entry. Shor's bones. If only I had known sooner. The ambush. The captives in the cart with me. Stormcloak rebels, led by none other than Ulfric Stormcloak himself. There's no time to explain properly. I scarcely believe it myself. If it hadn't been for the dragon, I'd not even be here to write this down. Yes, a dragon, big, black, as large as the tower of the keep itself. It swooped in out of nowhere and laid waste to the village and the keep. General Tullius didn't take my head today, or the heads of several Stormcloak rebels, but that doesn't matter now. Hadvar and Roloff set aside their differences to help the survivors. They went into the lower keep hours ago. Something about caves with a back entrance. I don't think they're coming back. I'll have to see if I can get out of the city and down to Riverwood. Someone needs to warn them. This building won't remain standing much longer. I still can't believe it. A dragon, straight out of the legends. Nobody back home will ever believe me. This basically justifies starting the main quest without having to go through the intro sequence. No matter which start you chose. In the cave nearby we find Hadvar, agonizing. Not sure if it's a bug or we just cannot hear them, but I'm pretty sure this is a character that would write your name in the ledger upon character creation. Giving him a health potion, he seems better now.
Keep your guard up.
He asks us to go to Riverwood, where his uncle resides. They talk for a bit and the uncle asks us to go to the Jarl of Whiterun, to warn him as well. Zelzaz remarks that they will not just let us go in like that,
Husband, let him tell his story.
especially since there's a war going on. We might be assassins after all, which is a fair point.
I don't know if anyone else got out alive. I doubt I'd made it out myself if not for my friend here.
Outside the walls there's a group of people fighting against a giant. One of them talks to me immediately and says I should join them. Sounds like a waste of time.
Well, nobody asked you. If you think you're better than we are,
Alright,
Podlack White,
pretty sure you
see what a
asked me.
warrior of true metal is like.
Every Skyrim player knows the illusion of choice that most dialogue options are. But most of the time it's more subtle than this. If we even get more than one option to choose. This time it just feels like the game is reprimanding us for making the bad choice. In any case, another task has been added to the journal.
Glorious farm. Fool had a coffin in a cart with a broken wheel. I'd like to see him laugh his way out of that.
Skalvard and Utgerd have a conversation, which gives us another task. I'm unsure if I just never heard this dialogue or if it's the relationship dialogue overhaul mod,
Sound
but
like my mom.
because it adds back cut lines and adds 5,000 lines using the original voices.
Talk of a riot in Helgen. Have now jesters. Skyrim's gone mad, girl. Need to be careful out there.
Careful, huh? Thanks, Skullvar. I'll remember that. Yeah, right.
City's closed with the dragons.
We get stopped at the gate, but are quickly let in once we say we have a message from the Riverwood folk.
You better go on in.
Even in the castle, no one stops us, and we can walk right up to the Jarl. The Jarl gives us an armor and another task for us, which is to talk to his mage.
Well done. Here, take this as a small. There is.
Who will ask us to get a stone tablet. But before that, I told my friend I would escort him to the border, so let's do that.
Already met my new friend.
Hammerfell is right behind this gate. Let's talk to these gentlemen, that is true.
Let's speak with those gentlemen so that we may pass.
I'm not coming, Zelzaz.
What?
I have things I need to do.
Ah, I understand. I just thought you'd be coming with me the whole way. I did say that you didn't have to escort me the whole way after all.
It has been nice traveling with you, Zelzaz.
Likewise, my friend. I suppose I should speak with those gentlemen by the gate. Greetings, and what is this toll exactly?
You're gonna give me a big old smooch.
utterly preposterous.
Don't worry, Mr. Shellshash. He's just messing with you.
We just want 500 gold for passage. As much is optional, though.
Truly hysterical.
The guards mock him a bit and ask for 500 gold for passage.
My friend, I've had a thought. I have very much enjoyed my time with you. I've decided that I want to keep traveling with you. It's been a long time since I've had so much fun.
This makes him reconsider and realize that traveling with me has been fun. Thanks, buddy. He asks to stay. I agree, since he has grown on me. In between, I've done a few quests and he always has some comment about the situation. I thought his voice, which is a bit atypical for Argonians, would bother me, but it does not. I would love to keep you by my side, Zelzaz. Now you can even choose the nickname he has for you. Let's go with Scales. I also thought maybe his voice would be too good compared to the typical Bethesda voices, but it suits him well.
Too sure what we should do. Barbas is an equal to Clavicus Vile. He needs him in order to be at his full strength. Barbas is a shapeshifter. He isn't always a dog, but he is most often observed as being a dog. He's loyal to his master. Subservient. Should know exactly what has happened to cause Vile to abandon him. As long as the two are separate, imagine them both to be more or less harmless. Perhaps we go to his shrine and see what they have to say to one another. Just not trust any deal Vile may offer you. It would seem that no one is objecting to your new position as Archmage. So I suppose congratulations are in order. Don't take my outbursts as disapproval. You are clearly more competent than anyone here.
On the mod page, the creator says he wanted someone distinct from other companions. Someone who considers you like an equal and doesn't worship the ground we walk on. Or that is too mysterious and edgy, and not a romantic interest. I wanted someone who is unique and that can give another perspective on the world around him. Someone who is a boon to you, not for company only, but also for utility reasons, which led to the choice of giving him the ability to cook meals and potions. He supposedly interacts with all the main game content and the Creation Club content, and also with some mods that the creator likes. Not bad, that's quite a lot of content. Alright, at the end of this dungeon we get this Dragonstone tablet. Let's go bring it to Farengar. And defend Whiterun from a dragon attack.
We'll take it from here. Head down to the barracks for some food and rest.
Pretty funny that the Archmage of Winterhold has to do all this busy work.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate. I know it looks bad. We've got to figure out what happened. And if that dragon is still skulking around somewhere. Spread out and look for survivors. We need to know what we're doing.
The enhanced blood textures already look good on this dragon. Which is another mod, obviously. Dovahkiin no voice line. Famously added by the unofficial patch. Dragon slain, soul absorbed. Everyone thinks I'm extremely extraordinary. I can now unlock shouts, so y'all can wait. Back in Blackreach. Got a few levels since I started here. Collecting 30 Crimson Nirn roots should be easier this time around.
They only grow
Zelzas also needs some mushrooms for his experiments.
It certainly makes one wonder why only in Blackreach. Actually being here, tasting fungi down here. This requires much more in-depth research. I'll be studying the fungi and flora intently while we're here. Ah.
Luckily they are marked and conveniently placed around the Nirnroot I already need. Zelzas is interested by the Crimson Nirnroot in my pocket. He wants to do some research of his own. We give him Sindarian's field journal. We can find them together.
Everything all right?
He also gives us this strange device, which lets us call him. Don't worry, my friend, we'll find them together.
I believe this should be plenty.
Here are the samples I've gathered.
Thank you. Nice work. Some beautiful cuts on these.
That's really interesting.
I think I will try to create a concentrate using one of the mushroom samples. Let some Nirnroot absorb it and then we'll see what happens.
Later we can talk to him again. How goes your experiment, Zelzas?
The Nirnroot completely refuses to absorb any of the mushroom concentrate.
Is there anything I can do?
Part of me feels like telling you to go fetch some Crimson Nirnroot to keep you busy and entertained.
The cheeky feint. In the end, he just asks us for more time.
I think I'm alright. Thank you for the offer, though. I will keep you updated.
Take all the time you need. I'll just rest by the fire a while. I like our little camp here. From time to time I use that small shack to store my objects. This is part of the build your own noble house from Locaster. All we start with is this shack and a tent, but over time we can fortify and build an entire village. And the things you create can have a passive yield of resources. Speaking of upgrades, Zelzas wants to upgrade his armor. For this, some people in Windhelm might be able to help. There, an old friend is waiting for him.
In your dreams, Zelzaz.
Long journey from Port Helvanis, Evessa.
They sit together and talk about the good old days.
What business could you possibly have in Blacklight?
What makes him so special?
You're looking at the Archmage of the College of Winterhold.
This simple line is probably the most recognition you will ever get by any NPC in the game. And it's a mod. He will comment depending on your achievements. She asks us to go cook some books, which should be easy enough. Here we can see that Argonians aren't treated very well. Dynamically, Zelzas strikes a deal with one of them. He wants to buy some magic contraband for those famous potions of his. The Argonian accepts.
I'm glad we could come to an agreement, Miko. I'll be seeing you again soon.
Good journey, marsh friend.
All the named ones look unique now.
Lords don't appreciate us, but so what? I don't appreciate them right back.
Evessa now wants us to go take care of someone else, who's traveling across the region.
Take care of this for me, Zelzaz, and I will have your armor sorted.
We best get going then. Speak again soon, Evessa.
A powerful mage accompanied by some armed guards.
The question to ask is, what are you doing here? Oh, how so? How dare you? Guards, don't help me remove this.
At this state, I still haven't upgraded my life bar, only magic. So, go for it, my summons. I'll wait for you. Damn, I wanted his robes, but he was resurrected. Let's wait for him to fall. There. Plus 50 magic. only for the hood. And these are even better than my current robes.
Any progress on our arrangement? Excellent. That will make everything much easier. In regards to having your armor improved, I have already made arrangements for these items to be delivered.
We just single-handedly
As such,
saved
they are
the East
currently
Empire
in my
from
possession.
Morrowind to Hammerfell.
Have they given you one of those helmets with the horns on them yet?
After the quest we have the choice to keep Zelzas's previous armor or keep this one. Well, as long as you're happy with the current one, I am too, so let's leave it. My turn to upgrade, perhaps by joining the companions. Perhaps I should have come sooner because they send me to a previously explored cave. Anyway, back at camp. Here our bees will give a passive yield of honey. It restores only 2 points of health, but I think it can be combined with food or can be used as an ingredient to create some food. Also, bees are cool, so Thorntail Dragon, part of the diverse dragon mod. I think it adds 28 unique models with different textures and abilities. Now that I need materials for the custom encampment, I have a reason to go delve into the dungeons with the companions.
I hope you've readied yourself. So I'm told. Let's see if you impress.
And I've delved with them enough that they already accept making me a werewolf. Amazing animation. Let's quickly hide here and skip the time. Otherwise it will make everyone in Whiterun flip out and just give us a bounty. We wake up in nature and Ayla is there to ask us to go kill some werewolf hunters.
To think you might never come back. Yours was not an easy transformation.
Zelzas isn't really sure of this and asks us if it's not us who are the baddies actually.
Much too fast. The companions turned you into a werewolf. You spent the night running around like an animal. And now you're asked to ambush a gang of werewolf hunters. Like that's a bad thing. And Skjor, the genius that he is, has gone in there alone. Are these people of sound minds? Clearly not. This is insanity. This is not right. It most certainly is not the traditional role of the companions to do these things. We shouldn't be here. We should instead focus on finding you a cure. This is not a blessing.
He's not wrong. But I need to consume 164 hearts in order to unlock all the abilities. After that, sure, let's try to get a cure. Not being able to interact or loot while being a wolf is a little bit annoying. And the transformation can only take place once a day, so getting the Ring of Hearthstone will be another priority. This will give unlimited transformations. Sinding, who is in the Falkreath prison, gives us a cursed ring, which is impossible to take off. The curse transforms us into a werewolf randomly. This can be problematic in towns.
They aren't understanding. Mercy would never forgive Sinding for his transgressions, and he most certainly won't when Sinding has someone else do it for him. Speaking of which, Sinding should be put to death. He is an uncontrollable beast, a werewolf. He tore a child to shreds. Why even show him any sort of pity?
He makes a good point, but only one precise outcome will give us the ring, which is to kill the other hunters.
To gods. Now let's deal with these others. We hunt together.
These hunters are pretty powerful, but with the help of the werewolf and our summons, we can take care of them. Now we have unlimited transformations. This will make clearing out the camps for Legate Rikiv more simple. Yes, Fang joined the Imperials. Both camps were urging him to join up. And I don't care about the war, but after seeing how our fellow Argonians get treated in Windhelm, I chose to join the Empire in Solitude. And as a test, we have to clear out the fort. Another unique dragon. In the Falkreed Cemetery, we are reunited with Zelzaz, who went out for a nightly stroll.
I have returned from a little night walk.
Did you have a nice walk?
Certainly say so. I'd almost describe it as exciting.
I know that sometimes he leaves to go buy ingredients. Good to have you back at any rate. If he doesn't want to give information himself, then I won't press him. Shari-Ra wants to rope me into some shady business. Zelzaz says I shouldn't trust him.
Find things to sell, things nobody will miss, things from underground, or just left lying around in someone's house. I bet the two of us were very alike. So why not take the next step? We can help each other.
Extinguishing the fire of the lighthouse will have serious consequences. Not just for the Ice Runner. If this is supposedly such a great idea, why doesn't Jari-Ra do it himself?
Clearing out some saints in werewolf form, of course, to get the fucking parts. The saints quest leads us to some arcane blacksmith. After killing her, we can read her journal to learn how to make 2 new types of armor. And while wearing her apron, weapons and armor can be upgraded 1% more. Can't even loot her in peace without being attacked by an ice dragon. Ice dragons are weak to fire, right? Probably. Visibly, we're not the only ones to have attacked him, because these arrows aren't mine. Back at camp, there's already a messenger waiting for us. Someone would like to meet us. And he immediately makes a beeline to my cooking pot. Alright, no problem, mate. Make yourself at home.
Nope, sorry, nothing.
Dragon bones safely placed in my chest. Let's see if we can construct something. Thanks for helping me collect this clay. This will also be your home, don't worry about that. We'll need wood, clay, stone and straw. Most things can be bought or mined around us. Some more tents, looks good. Even if it's just the 2 of us now. I hope that in future I'll be able to send more companions here. I don't know if this area counts as a house, but I like the camp vibe. We made some guard towers and some wooden walls. All of this was pretty easy to construct. We only needed some firewood. I really like the result. We have a big area actually. 2 arcs over the road, welcoming any traveler, and then over there is the town. And by town I just mean tent camp. This is nice, we can even go inside the towers. I don't know why, but I find this so peaceful. Give me some light. Nice. Now I can more easily look at our banner. This can be changed in the files, but since it's the one that looked most like a heraldry, I didn't bother. And then we add a well. I thought this little zone would be some sparring training area, but it's also nice as a well. We have this nice little fishing area Fang will enjoy resting here after delving into some dungeons, looking for bones or other necromantic things. I added a woodcutter and I can already hear him. There he is. Welcome to the camp. I think his resources will be put in one of these barrels. Well, right now they're empty, but maybe sometimes, because I haven't touched the honey and there's already 190 of them. The Legion is looking for a crown in one of these tubes, but the Stormcloaks are already there. If I get to be this form, they'll attack me, so let's change. There, here I am. I'll just do this in normal form and then transform once I'm done. To eat the hearts of all the fallen enemies.
Have it your way. Let's get that crown, men.
Nice. The Death Lord killed a few of our men, but we got him. Rika says to pick up the crown and get it to the general. If we put it on our head, Zelzaz has another comment.
I just didn't think it'd be quite so literal. I can hardly be comfortable to wear. You'll likely want to bring that to General Tullius, though I don't think he'll be too impressed either. In fact, I imagine he'd be more interested to know the body count the Legion racked up down here, to see if it was even worth doing any of this at all.
Well, maybe later. First, I'll have to pick up what I missed. That was the last one necessary to completely upgrade the werewolf tree. Now I'll take a cure, if it ever comes up. Some more construction work. The farm adds a structure and a mill. And many spaces to plant your own plants. It would also give us a passive food yield, as will the chicken coop. A courier! With a letter of inheritance.
Let's see here. I've got a letter and a lot of gold. Something about it being your, inheritance. Oh, and sorry for your loss. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Icefang. In the name of Jarl Ulfric Stormcloak, it is with great regret that we inform you of Severus Atheon's death. The deceased has bequeathed unto you a measure of inheritance in the amount of 100 gold pieces. The Jarl's court has levied the amount of 10 pieces from the sum as the lawfully and honorably due tax. The remainder has been commended into the care of a trusted courier for deliverance. She's one of the dock workers. We ran into her during the Zelzaz quest.
Do you hate the Dark Elves?
She asks if we hate the Dark Elves. No, I don't hate your people.
You've come to the wrong city then.
This is enough for her to consider us friends.
Unworthy of one such as you.
When turning in the other quest, we can hear her talk to someone about her employer.
We're not friends. They pay me and I get the job done.
A guy that we know is a racist Nord.
Worth the septums I do pay him. I'm not giving him coin I could give to good Nord workers.
So maybe that's the clue. It's mysterious because to limit the deaths by dragon attack, I've downloaded the Run for Your Lives mod, which makes the citizens hide inside instead of running around aimlessly. So we can rule that one out. In any case, the camp won't build itself. The clay mine is done. which should give us passive materials. Same with the iron mine. Nice. I kill another unique dragon from the Diverse Dragons mod. And do some dealings with pirates.
Sister Dija will be at the wreck with our Black Blood marauders. She knows to expect you.
They then betray me, so I exterminate them all in werewolf form in their lair. The church has been built. This has become a pious settlement. Ignore the dragon skeleton. It has been pushed around with every new building. If the passive materials aren't fast enough, this guy sells a lot of interesting ones. The forge is here.
What do you want, lizard?
And I immediately get insulted by my blacksmith. Recruit a hunter. He sells what you'd expect. He has an interesting interior as well. Then a Khajiit merchant. He will be useful to sell, well, all my useless stuff to. I really like the overall design. This is, I hate to say it, but such a mood. After building the barracks, this area seems to be complete. Inside, there's 2 soldiers who can be companions.
Until next time.
Hello, friend.
Let's hire some more soldiers now. An advanced post. And a castle interior. Here's the most important piece, the castle itself. I believe everything has been built now. The noble house is complete.
Hold on. I think I have a pebble in my shoe.
Let's do a tour. The main house opens on a throne room, where a guard serves to change the appearance of all the others. I'm a fan of the default look though, with the gambeson and everything. This is extremely well decorated, without looking out of place. It opens on a luxurious dining hall.
Up with this new kind of meal. I take some soft flatbread, I then add meat, vegetables, tomato sauce, and perhaps some cheese on top. I don't know what to call it yet. Perhaps taxo or tortillas.
All this food prompts Zelzas to talk about one of his recipes again. I'm pretty sure that was a coincidence, but he does interact with some of the mods, so who knows. Next to it is a library. There's shelves that sort books, a map of the world that does nothing but looks good. This whole little area does. I can see myself sitting here to read the books I found around the world. These open books will level any skill twice a day. Moving forward, in the hall with all the shrines, we have a cozy little kitchen, complete with an oven and some neat decorations. Next up is the display room. The layout of it is excellent. There's 16 mannequins, plenty of display cases, hooks on the walls for shields and weapons, even more display cases hidden in wardrobes, and some hidden containers for the valuables. The display cases count as racks as well. I had forgotten this, but how painful it was to display things in vanilla in cases like these, where you had to put the item in the world and manually drag it in. It never looked good, and would break once you load the cell anyway. Upstairs, a study with some more containers. These stairs go even higher, and this must be a balcony of sorts. I'm about to read some scrolls, Elzas. You rest a while. I like that when you sit down or something, he also interacts with the environment. I don't know if that's a specific mod or not, but I distinctly remember them awkwardly just standing there on PS3. Oh, and here you can kind of see the floppy tail mod, where normally it would rigidly stick out, it now flows a bit more naturally. The bestial races really did not get a lot of love from Bethesda. I know they just slapped some things on their human rig, but still they could have made less playable races and fleshed those out. While looking this up, I even discovered that their tails aren't perfectly centered on the rig. Of course there's a mod that fixes this, but come on. Anyway, let's go to the master bedroom. With a sauna, a mirror that lets you change your appearance, and a wardrobe. Further up those stairs we saw, higher in the tower, a wizard tower, let's say. We can enchant staves. There is an alchemy and a normal enchantment table as well. Once again, the decoration of this place is on point. And there's also another one of those skill books. They all count as one of the same though, so you can only do it once a day. It seems like getting out of the water in the bedroom equips us with the closest thing to a bathrobe, I imagine. I've got so many potions. This is the ideal place to store them. Even though Sky UI makes sorting through them in the inventory so much easier, Bethesda did not design their game with PC in mind, at all. So I'm really thankful for the team. Todd and co should really cherish these guys much more instead of releasing special editions that break all of their mods. And this one will be my ingredients barrel. I don't really know how enchanting staves works, but pretty sure you need soul gems for it. Anyway, let's take a closer look at the wardrobe in our room. The false wall reveals a secret passage. It leads to some sort of tomb with some more mannequins. Really an interesting area for displays. Maybe I can put my thieves outfit here. Oh man, someone already died in here. I've just constructed it. There's a button to lock the mannequins. And another button opens the gate. Here we descend a spiraling staircase. I was expecting some sort of trap here, but no. It opens on an enormous treasure room. Damn. Look at all these displays for treasure. There's displays for all the different types of claws. You can see the sky outside a little bit through the roof. I wonder if you can see down here from outside. This makes Zelza's hungry, apparently. Here we can hang every Daedric artifact, as well as display every single Dragon Priest mask. And a small safe. Apparently if you put enough money in here, it incrementally displays the gold, like visually as an object in the room. The big chest in the middle is called the Real Treasure, and only contains a copy of the book Locaster for a Better World. Who is this noble house mod maker? Here's what it says. Have you ever thought about what you've been doing to make the world a better place? It's a hard task, isn't it? Especially when we find ourselves immersed in personal issues, essential/existential problems, heavy work routines, and the list goes on. I understand it better than you can imagine. Yet, one day, I decided to suspend the exterior queries and get some time to look inside myself. To look inside oneself, you might ask, it can sound weird at first, as it was for me in the beginning of this intimate and profound journey, a search for something superior. I started reconsidering my behavior, analyzing my right attitudes and mistakes from the past. From then on, I began working on each one of my faults and weaknesses. By looking at myself as if I were a spectator, observing me in the third person. With each of my faults mapped, I started observing what was leading me to commit each error. This task takes time. The results don't come overnight, but it will transform you substantially, if you allow it to happen. I eliminated most of my anger, hate, greed, envy, and vanity, among other imperfections. I still have a lot to learn, and hope to die learning. Hence, I try to be a little better every single day. Scientific studies have shown that negative emotion causes diseases such as cancer, and they have a huge negative social impact. I'm not better nor worse than anybody else. All of us have these and other imperfections to a small or greater degree. These negative emotions are the reason why so many people are starving in the world, or pay huge amounts of money for medicine that in fact is cheap to produce, in such a way that few can make fortunes, and those who need it most don't have access to basic necessities, while corrupt politicians steal taxpayers' money with their insatiable and deranged greed. This is a small part of the troubles caused by these character flaws, which are truly a worldwide disease. Yet we all know about the problems of the world. What many people don't know is how to start solving these problems. How to improve the quality of life in the world. Along the years, I listed some of my conclusions and inspirations. A good point of departure is to start following these steps. 1. What you do not want done to yourself, do not do unto others. 2. At a certain point in your life, you will harvest the seeds of good and bad that you have done. It can take many years, but one day, what you have done will get back to you. Parentheses, so do good deeds, greasy soul, lol. 3. Try to take something good out of the bad things that happen to you. There are lessons to be learned. 4. Before criticizing others, try to put yourself in their shoes and ask yourself if you wouldn't do the same or how you would act better under the same circumstances. Know yourself very well before judging the other. Know yourself very well before judging the others. 5. Try to always show a positive attitude. This attracts good things. Parentheses. Yeah, it is hard. I get it, especially with half a dozen trolls salivating on your neck. Be faithful and you will succeed. 6. Don't take things for granted. Be grateful for the good things you receive and for the ones you already have, by forgetting for a moment what you don't have. Very well then, look at the first point. What you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. How much better would the world be if everyone followed only this thought? Much, much better, wouldn't it? Folks, think about it. How can we make the world a better place if so often we ourselves are sick? It is simple. Start by improving yourself. Practice the list above. I put it in practice and improved a lot personally, and towards the ones around me. That is the reason why I'm sharing it with you. Acquire knowledge by studying many books, religions and philosophies. Have an open mind, absorb the best of each lesson, and build your own truth. Eventually you will see the world and the circumstances more clearly. Look inside yourself. It all starts with this. Question yourself and, if feasible, follow the 6 steps above. I can assure you the world would be a much better place if people followed it. You might not be perfect, but you can be a little better at each day. It is up to you. Well, that's it. I may not be the Lord of Universal Truth, but I'm talking to you with an open heart, sharing my 2 cents. I hope no one will take a wooden baton and beat my head with it, thinking I'm crazy. Or perhaps it is the world that is. Open your eyes and your consciousness. Thank you for reading this far. I wish the best for each of you. The power of change is in the hands of each one of us. Don't wait for change to happen. Be the change. Peace and light to everyone. Sincerely, Locaster. There. From these lines we can probably deduct that English isn't his first language. What is a greasy soul, by the way? That being said, the main sentiment seems sincere. Sure, some of these things are self-evident and everyone knows. But knowing and actually doing are entirely different things. On that front, he's not wrong. As I sit here, contemplating this and all we've achieved so far, making a friend, explore dungeons, joining the college, fighting dragons and building a manor, I'm going to rest a while before setting off once more. Until we meet again, fellow adventurers.